loyalty means everything to the clones.
Welcome back, everyone. I am Psycho Emerald, and I am super excited. It's another great day to be a toy collector, because today I have the 332nd Ahsoka's Clone Trooper Star Wars The Black Series figure from the Clone Wars. This has been my most wanted Black Series figure for quite a while now. I love the final season of the Clone Wars. The Clone Wars as a whole is kind of a mixed bag for me when it comes to the arcs and the episodes, but the final 4 episodes of Season 7 are easily my favorite in the entire series and some of my favorite Star Wars storytelling ever done. And I love these clone troopers, how they painted their helmets as an homage to Ahsoka, as you know, they're going to be under her command again. And then by the end, when Order 66 happens, you have the perfect visual representation of what Order 66 really is, with the clone soldiers with their helmets painted to look like Ahsoka, firing on Ahsoka, so it's made very obvious that they were under her command and were loyal to her at one point. So I just think that's really cool. That's just kind of my intro into why I love this figure so much and why I've been wanting it. But, you know, it's a clone trooper. It's one of my favorite trooper designs just because of, what it means in the story, but also I just think it's really cool how it is kind of unorthodox for them to have the orange paint on the helmets. But I think it looks really cool. And I do love the 501st Legion as well, so it's cool to have a 501st Legion trooper, even if it is the 332nd. But yeah, and I like this box art as well. So I'm excited to get this figure out of the package, so let's check out the box first. Alright, so checking out the box over here, we got some awesome artwork of the 332nd Ahsoka's Clone Trooper. Very cool. And this kind of yellow-orangish color for the Clone Wars, which carries over onto this banner here and in the text. Got a window where you can see the figure. Star Wars The Black Series logo. The banner carries on over there. Black Series logo again, Hasbro logo. Then over here, we've got that same artwork, just a little more zoomed in. We got all the legal stuff, Disney, Hasbro, the companies that we have a love-hate relationship with. Then we have the banner carrying on all the way to the back here as well, which has number 3, Star Wars, The Clone Wars. And then we got the Star Wars Black Series logo, 332nd Ahsoka's Clone Trooper. And it says in the bio, during the Clone Wars, a division of the 501st Clone Troopers pledged their loyalty to Ahsoka Tano, demonstrating this with their repainted helmets. Very cool. So yeah, this figure cost me a bit. I bought it off eBay, and you can probably tell the box is a little dinged up, but I was able to get it for a better price that way. And I'm glad I was finally able to grab myself one of these, because I've been wanting this ever since it came out. So yeah, let's get into the unboxing. Okay, so I got the trusty unboxing knife right here. So I cut one of the pieces of tape, but this one was actually already cut, so that's kind of weird. But I'll cut these two back here, and then it will be ready to open. So yeah, I'm really excited for this. All right, so the top of the box is ready to open now. Let's see if we can do that. Oh, it's very stuck in there. Interesting. All right, let's see if we can. Whoa, that could have been dangerous. All right, there we go. Then we got the empty box. We lift this off. And we've got the figure in there. Oh, little like legal slip fell. And we got that. Both the blasters, which both look really good. And then the figure itself. All right, I'm very excited. All right, so let's set the box and packaging aside, and we will take a look at the figure. All right, so to check out the trooper first, let's check out the paint. I think the paint of kind of the Ahsoka homage paint on the helmet looks great. It doesn't look like a perfect paint job, but that's kind of how it's supposed to look.
The paint job's a little crude, but we think it gets the idea across.
So I really think they definitely captured the essence of that there. Then the 501st Legion blue paint, we got some on the side of the legs here. We got some on the bottom of the knee pads. Then we got the shoulder pads are painted really well, and then these markings here, and then a little bit even on the wrists of the trooper. So that's very cool. I think they did a good job with that. It looks like it's been through a battle a little bit. It's a bit chipped, a bit weathered, and I think they did a good job with that. The overall sculpt definitely looks like a more animated version of a clone trooper. The feet are a bit big as well, I noticed, but that's probably just to help it stand up. And yes, I do like this trooper sculpt. I don't know if I prefer the old one. I will be doing some comparisons later in the video to the old clone trooper body as well as the Elite Squad trooper, which is a mix of that old clone trooper body and this new one. So we'll kind of see how it stacks up against some of the other clone troopers in the Black Series. So I think that could be pretty fun, but let's check out the accessories. For the accessories, first we have this DC-15. I don't really know the names of all the blasters, but this kind of standard clone blaster rifle, like short blaster rifle, and it's got even a little bit of paint, like a little bit of silver paint on the handle. That's awesome. They never really do that with the trooper blasters. They don't usually add paint to it, but I do like it when they do every once in a while. It's very cool that they did it with this one. And then this one doesn't seem to have any paint, but it does have some good sculpted detail in there, and it looks good. So yeah. Now to go over the articulation on the clone trooper. Can lift the arms up about that far. I don't want to like worry about bending these. I know they're made of rubber, so you're supposed to be able to kind of bend them and not worry about it, but I don't want to mess it up. But you can lift up the shoulders about that far. You can bend the elbows pretty far. And you can hinge the wrists, and they swivel as well. And then the head can tilt. It can look up and down. It can pretty much go all around. It's on a ball joint at the mid-torso as well. Can lift up at the waist. Oh, really far. I wasn't expecting that for an armored character. A single jointed knee, I believe, which works pretty well. And then we've got some rocker at the ankle and pivot at the ankle, which is good. So if I missed any articulation and you have this figure, let me know what I missed. But I think I pretty much got all of it. Yeah, I'm really liking this clone trooper. I'm really super happy to have it. It's been my most wanted Black Series figure for a long time, like I said. And it just is a really good clone trooper sculpt and a really good paint job done on it to make it look like those 332nd clone troopers from the end of the Clone Wars. So I'm a big fan of this figure, but let's give you guys a closer look at it. So I just wanted to point out the fact that it was a little bit difficult for me to put this into his hands, especially to get him to hold it with both, because if I move it, the hands are very stiff. You know, they don't have very flexible fingers, so it was difficult, first of all, for me to get the blaster into his hand, and then when I was posing it around, it kind of tended to fall out of the hands because it didn't really have a tight grip on it. But just something to be aware of when you have this figure. But now I want to compare this figure with a couple other trooper figures I have that are very similar. So here we have Commander Bly right here. So I kind of have him in this pose, aiming his long blaster rifle. So you have this. It's a very different sculpt here. So if you look at it, you can tell the helmets are drastically different, and you can kind of tell how the chest armor is a bit different too, but Bly does have a lot of extra stuff going on with his pauldron and everything going on this figure. This is probably my favorite Black Series figure ever, honestly, but so I don't know if this Clone Trooper sculpt really beats this one out, but I think it's pretty close. I think they're different. This is a more live action version, this is a more animated version, but I do like both. But let's check out the Elite Squad Trooper. So here we have the Bad Batch Elite Squad Trooper, which is a mix of this Clone Trooper sculpt. So the upper body is exactly the same as this one, just, you know, in black plastic. And the lower body to this trooper is exactly the same as Commander Bly here on the old Clone Trooper sculpt. So I think it's pretty cool to kind of study into the differences between these troopers, but I think the best one, I think I honestly like this one. I think I like the mix of the two, but I don't know which one I exactly like more, but I do like kind of a mix in between the two because I do like the animated look. But I also have a soft spot for this figure. Like I said, it's probably one of my favorites. So it's hard for me to pick, but I think I'd probably go with the Elite Squad Trooper sculpt. Let me get the extra troopers out of the way, and I will give you my finishing thoughts on the 332nd Clone Trooper. To wrap up my thoughts on this Clone Trooper, there was a couple things I wasn't too happy with some of the articulation and the fact that it's kind of hard for him to hold the blaster. But other than that, I was not really disappointed by this figure as a whole. I've been really hyped to get this figure. I'm glad to finally have it. And yeah, like I said, this is one of my favorite Clone Trooper designs. I'm glad to have it in my collection. I'm kind of running out of things to say, so I'm pretty much done with this review. I would recommend trying to pick this figure up if you can find it for a good price. It's kind of pricey on Amazon, but I was able to find mine for around $40. So I'm pretty happy with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, please leave a like. I would really appreciate it. If you like Star Wars The Black Series, I do a lot of Star Wars The Black Series reviews on my channel. I do mostly Star Wars content on my channel. So if you're into that, if you're into Star Wars action figure reviews and toy reviews and things like that, that's what my channel's about. So please consider subscribing. I'm trying to make it to 200 subscribers, and I would appreciate if you guys would help me out on that. So I hope you guys found this review helpful. I hope you found it enjoyable, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.